We are only a couple of weeks away from the release of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm extremely excited to see what's going to be going on in this game. I have been waiting for years to see the next Assassin's Creed game, and to see that Darby McDevitt is working on it is something I'm very excited for, because he worked on my favorite game, Revelations. Now, if you don't know who Darby McDevitt is, he is the lead writer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which means that he is going to be the main person in control of the storyline for the main quest line. And he is going to be consulting for the DLC, but he's not going to be in charge of that, so the storyline may be a little wonky in the DLC, but let's have some faith. But with that said, this isn't what the video is about. The video is about something that is not getting enough attention with this game. I haven't seen many videos on it, but it is a very major and good thing that I want to talk about, because you guys need to know about it, and I don't think enough people have been talking about it. And that is having instant assassinations coming back. And before I get into the aspect of instant assassinations, I want to talk about the RPG aspects of Assassin's Creed. So I'm going to list some good things and some bad things. So the good things are the RPG aspects have bigger maps, sometimes too big. That can be a bad thing, but generally bigger maps, in my opinion, I think are a good thing. Instead of staying in like one city or just one small area, I think if you have a diverse location in your game, then it will be pretty good. So the other thing is longer stories. I do think that the RPG elements allow for longer stories and more side quests and everything to flesh out the characters versus the more linear aspects of the old AC games. And also there's more replayability, obviously, because you have such a big story and you can do so many things in the game, and it takes up a whole lot more hours than if you just play like AC2 or something. The bad things are deviating from the tried and true formula. As we know, the RPG elements are new to Assassin's Creed and used to be a whole lot more linear until they made those changes for Origins and Odyssey and now Valhalla. So I mean, that's kind of opinionated, but I think the old AC games still had a good method, but some do think that it was time to change. And the last bad aspect is changing good aspects and replacing them with bad ones, such as Assassinations being the focus in the game, and they are no longer the focus in the game. So next I'm going to talk about the instant assassinations that this video is mostly about. Now, when I say instant assassinations, if you do not know, in Valhalla there's going to be an option to enable instant assassinations, and always being able to assassinate a target is a very important aspect of AC, and the new changes to the gameplay, prioritizing brute force like in Odyssey, makes the game feel like a regular RPG, but the title is Assassin's Creed and you can't ignore that. Having to build your character's stats is fine, but you can have things like abilities instead of changing basic functions that are integral to what an assassin does. An assassin works in the shadows to serve the light. It's the slogan in the series. You aren't supposed to go all out berserk on enemies, but it's fine if you do it every now and then. And the changes to the combat system, prioritizing going all out berserk when there should be a focus on assassinations, is pretty bad, and I think you should at least have a healthy mix or a general focus on assassinations. Assassin's Creed Valhalla brings a much needed balance and compromise. If you want to go all out, you can. If you want to be stealthy, you can be too. The option to have instant assassinations is something that has been wanted by older Assassin's Creed fans, and not requiring them to do a quick time event or build up an assassination stat is a good thing. If you don't like having an instant assassination, just don't enable it. It's that easy. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a step in the right direction for the future of AC games. They still have the RPG elements, but they are compromising by bringing things like social stealth, settlements, and instant assassinations back. I personally think that it's great to have this compromise, and being able to do whatever you choose in the game is something that the RPG elements are supposed to embrace. And if you want to play a little bit more linearly, then you can do that too by having the instant assassinations and not having to worry about things like, oh, will I actually kill this guy or not? Whenever I've been going through this entire camp assassinating people, and then the final boss, I hit him and then I get into a fight and he two-shots me or something. So I definitely think this is good, and I think it gives it a more realistic feel and gives it a more assassin feel to it, which, I mean, it's Assassin's Creed. Why should you have to hit people multiple times to assassinate them? I don't know. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think about the instant assassinations. Are you going to enable them? Are you going to disable them? I really want to know what your guys' opinion are from my fan base. And with that said, I'm going to be uploading more, I'm going to be streaming more, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you.